There are ways of getting around in Taiwan, but they can be dangerous. From January to September, more than half of the 2,200 fatal accidents from Taiwan roads involve at least one scooter. Officials think this may have to do with Taiwan's scooter license system. The practical part of the driver test happens on a closed course with no traffic. Test takers don't have to show that they can drive safely under real condition. That could be about to change. From April next year, driving school students will be able to ask for real-world training. The government will pay them close to $40, graduating 3 hours from supervised armed road drivers. The course will be optional, at least in the beginning.
道路的训练呢，我们先看它的成果。如果需要纳入我们整个取到执照里面的一部分，我们等到明年实施一段时间再做一个确定的时间。
But scooters aren't the only problem. The Transport Ministry plans to add 3 traffic signs or signals to 3,000 dangerous intersections. Officials say clear traffic directions will help older drivers in particular. Older adults caused 10% more accidents from January to September this year than they did during the same period last year. And as Taiwan's population ages, the number of older drivers is set to grow.
示范一个叫高龄友善区，就是说在选择1到2个县市的高龄事故比较多的地区来进行这个高龄友善区的一个示范。
The Transport Ministry says it's ready to work with local governments to bring down the number of accidents and make driving in Taiwan safer. And it believes changes like this could be the start. For many Indonesians who live or work in the capital, the journey home from work is often long and frustrating. This is typical late afternoon traffic in Jakarta. The chaos stands in contrast to the mass rapid transit system or the MRT. The MRT speeds up to our journey to reach the destinations. We don't have to get stuck in traffic jams anymore. It's also on time. The metro became operational in 2019. Close to 100,000 people use it every day.
Jakarta is home to at least 10 million people. Another 20 million live in the surrounding towns. Many of them commute every day in and out of the capital.
Now construction is on the way for the second line of the train network. The expansion is made possible because of a loan of nearly $1 billion from Japan. Indonesia President Joko Widodo says that the metro has transformed Jakarta. He noted that the mass transportation projects are costly, but necessary. This will give support to Jakarta as a global city that is an agglomeration of surrounding cities, that is a civilization with truly modern transportation that will truly be present once the MRT is finished. Jakarta's air quality is often among the worst in the world. Residents are regularly advised to wear masks to protect themselves from harmful pollutants. Some estimates show emissions from cars account for around half of the city's air pollution. The impact is indeed very large. Jakarta is already experiencing acute congestion. Public transportation uses in Jakarta are only less than 20%, even though, according to the Greater Jakarta Transportation Master Plan by 2030, there's a target of 60% of the population using public transportation. The growing public transportation network also includes a high-speed train to the city of Ban and a light rail network which also undergoing constructions, extending the rail link to new areas to reach more commuters.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey and I'm from Indonesia. I am an overseas student. My major is business administration and this is my first year in...
How would you describe traffic in Indonesia, especially in major cities like Jakarta or Surabaya?
Oh, traffic in Indonesia, especially in big cities like Jakarta and Surabaya. I honestly, it's very chaotic. It's super congested during rush hour and people often don't follow traffic rules strictly. Motorcycles are everywhere, waving between cars and something. It feels like everyone is just trying to get ahead however they can. It can be really stressful.
When you first arrived in Taiwan, what was your first impression of the traffic here?
I was actually surprised at how organized everything was. The roads were very clean, people follow traffic lights, and I barely heard any honking. It felt calmer. And I noticed that drivers are generally more patient here, which was a big contrast to what I used to in Indonesia.
In terms of road safety, driving behavior, and traffic rules, what are some of the biggest differences you have noticed?
Some of the biggest differences I've noticed is in Taiwan. Traffic laws are taken more seriously. People wear helmets properly, even for short rides on scooters. Pedestrians actually get priority at crosswalks, and there's are clear bike lanes. In Indonesia, sometimes even with traffic lights, people will try to go first, especially motorcycles. So the level of discipline is much higher here in Taiwan than Indonesia.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.